live on the air. I'm Richard Saile.
This is wild.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of Loungetime. I'm your host, Rich Saile, and today we got a great episode waiting for you guys. I got some big news I want to share too on this channel. We're going to start off with the big news first, but we're going to go over week 2 action. Week 3, we'll go over some picks, my thoughts on the Patriot-Jet game. It's kind of brief because there's not really a lot to add there when it's a 24-3 type of game, and it was so one-sided I didn't even watch the game from like the third quarter on. I'm sorry I sound congested because I have not been feeling good the last couple of days. You know, a lot's been going on for me as far as, being on the road. I mean, look at me now. I'm on the road. I got a few minutes to do this. But I'm a man of the people. I got to give you all the content. Let's kick things off. So the stuff behind me, it's not mine. It's my roommates. I wish I had my own room. Believe me, last year we had the own room. But I digress. So let's get to the big news that I want to share with everybody here. And I don't really do this. I was waiting to do this at the end of the year, but I feel like if you guys really want to follow me more, this is a perfect way to do it. And let me start off by saying that, as you can tell, I'm in my college dorm room, okay? Last year we were in a college dorm room too, for when I did episodes on the road. And I have been working to kind of get my sports broadcasting degree. At the same time, I've been doing Loungetime these past 2 years now, right? You guys are used to the home studio, right? But when I'm on the road, I got to focus on a bunch of other stuff, right? Well, in the process, I've gotten to make a lot of great friends during this time. I've gotten to make some very valuable relationships with people in the business, right? And I was talking to a friend of mine last year at the IBS Media Awards. And I said to him, why don't me and you do a show together? Because we basically have similar interests, right? And I told him, I said, because I think we can win an IBS award, right? So we talked about it, and we kind of agreed that, yeah, we could do it. He's going to do the hosting for the record, which I'm fine with. But the long story is, he asked me last Tuesday when I guest on an appearance with him. I've been talking NFL with him for 2 weeks now. So, I'm going to make the news official. I am joining my friend, Matt Brown, who is our social media guy for Rider Men's Basketball on 107.7 The Bronx. He did play-by-play for LHS Baseball, Lawrence Cardinals Baseball. And he's currently doing play-by-play for Rancocas Valley Red Devils for high school football. And he's the host of the Sports Yammer. So, I am going to be joining him on Tuesday nights from 10 to 11 on 107.7 The Bronx as a co-host of the Sports Yammer. And I'm honored. He asked me and one of his other friends to do it. I was like, hell yeah. I'm like, I'll do it. So you will see me on there. Now, what's different about this compared to Loungetime is he's got control of the topics, right? So he's going to be doing all the topic thing. Now, I'll try my best to get my inputs that I may have early thoughts on. I know you guys hate waiting till Saturday, Sunday. Listen, your boy's busy with some shit, okay? All right? This was an overwhelming week, to say the least. But we fight through, man, okay? We give you guys the content. Maybe late to the party, but we never stop, and we don't take weeks off unless it's a really, really bad sickness, which currently, as you can tell my voice, I sound a little congested. I don't sound like myself, but I'm fighting on because I want to get content out for you guys. So, I will be joining my colleague, Matt Brown, on the Sports Yammer on 107.7 The Bronx, Tuesdays from 10 to 11. Catch me on there. We're going to be talking football. He's going to have probably some other topics that we'll have in there. Maybe we'll get a little bit more into college basketball when it gets close. And I'm honored to be on his show. To be honest with you guys, I've always wanted to try to do sports talk radio. One of my family friends watching this show right now, he's literally told me, you could be Colin Cowherd's apprentice. I'm like, well, I'm not going to let that get to my head. But he's like, no, Rich, you're good. And a lot of people have said to me off camera, Rich, you know ball. That's why I love doing this show, man. I love doing this show because I know ball. Okay? I can tell you things that I see that I'm like, bruh, not a lot of people are talking about this. This is why I wanted to do Loungetime. But I wanted to kind of venture out into sports talk radio because in case my career as a broadcaster doesn't work out, I want to venture out to there. And over the last year going on to, I made a lot of valuable relationships. I want to keep building those. So I want to take my Loungetime family over there to the Sports Yammer Tuesdays, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. I want you guys to get more exposure to what I can bring as a broadcaster. You guys are getting the update. I wanted to lead the show with this because I'm honored that I get to be a part of this, and I'm living out a dream, guys. All right? Luckily, this is my last year of college, so next season, hopefully, Loungetime will be back in its normal studios, but don't worry. We have guests this year. We're going to have a lot of great guests. I have the guests strictly for Loungetime only. Unless, but I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to keep the guests strictly on this program on Loungetime because, A, it's my show, and B, I want people to know that, look, as long as you don't say anything crazy, you know who you are, you're fine. Just don't go overboard. Remember, this is my show. This is basically my project. So I take serious pride in this, okay? So just don't say anything crazy, okay? Now myself, listen, I know what's right at the line. I know what's over the line a little bit, okay? So with that out of the way, I wanted to share the exciting news with you guys. I look forward to building my career and taking another step forward. I want to bring the Loungetime family to the Sports Yammer, so I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. So I hope you guys all want to join me on that path. I mean, we'll be doing it Tuesdays from 10 to 11. Me, Matt Brown, and then Kyle Hanlon. We make a great trio. I kind of almost think we're like the Field of 68. Those of you that are college basketball fans, you know exactly who we're referring to. But I think we make kind of a great crew, and I'm excited to working with those two guys, and I'm honored. So I hope to bring the Loungetime family from Loungetime to the Sports Yammer. However, we're still going to be doing Loungetime. It's not over. Hell no. I would tell you guys if it's over. It's not. We're still doing it Saturdays, Sundays. Now, when we get back to the main studio after my semester ends, we might be doing it Tuesdays, literally right after the Monday night game. That's how I'm going to push myself to the standard, okay? So that way I can get you guys all we need. What I might do is, going forward, I might get most of the Sunday recaps in, probably after the Sunday night game. And then the Monday night game, I'll just record the solo, and then we'll have it up for Tuesday morning. That way you guys are like, dang, we got it all the game recaps that are notable game recaps. We have it all right there. You don't have to wait that long, but that's going to probably be like until like the end of the semester. Obviously, I have games that I do every weekend, right? I'll be doing a couple during the week when Rider Women's basketball starts because I've been doing that on the side too. But yeah, guys, I'm looking forward to this next jump in my sports media, sports broadcasting career. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, enough of me rambling about the exciting news. Let's get into the NFL Week 2 slate, starting off with the Saints and the Cowboys. Now, guys, if you had Alvin Kamara, I hope you won fantasy, because I know a friend of mine that actually won in my league with him, right? Now, I lost to a different team. I didn't lose to the Kamara guy, but we got to talk about this, right? This is the opening lead, because who would have thought the Saints would score 91 points in 2 weeks and know the tissues that I'm about to use? Obviously, boys deal with a little bit of a cold, so we're going to fight through. 91 points in 2 games. Let me ask you guys this. For those of you at home, do you know who their offensive coordinator is? I'll let you take a guess. He's the son of a Super Bowl winning coach. And he won the Super Bowl about 10 years ago. Guess who it is for a minute? I know the answer. I just want to see if you casuals at home can get this. Right? I shouldn't say casual, but the average fan at home. I want you to guess for a minute. I'll give you a couple seconds. All right. I know who it is. It's Clint Kubiak. Gary Kubiak's son is the Saints offensive coordinator. And where did he come from? The Mike Shanahan tree. And that coaching tree, oh my God. I mean, you see all these young offensive minds. Look at how good they're doing. Now, obviously, Washington was a different situation because they didn't do well really that last year in 2013. But who would have thought those guys, Matt LaFleur, Bobby Slowick, who's not a head coach, but he's a Texans offensive coordinator, Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan was on that staff. There's other guys that I probably can't remember, right, that are head coaches. And Mike McDaniel, that's another one. All those guys are great coaches right now, right? Clint Kubiak, I don't think he was in Washington. Maybe somebody can fact check me on that. Guys have clearly not been feeling well. I've been busy trying to prep for games. So if I'm wrong, please fact check me. I'm not afraid of getting fact checked. Don't worry. But Derek Carr, I'm not really the biggest fan of Derek Carr. He's playing really well. I thought the Panthers game, it was like, oh, the Panthers suck. They literally just benched Bryce Young, which we're going to get into momentarily. I'll have a small little thing on that. But Kamara finally had a go-off game for the first time since probably, if you guys remember the game in Christmas where he had like 7 touchdowns against the Vikings when Mike Zimmer's last year there on Christmas Day? That's the last great game I feel like Kamara's had. And, hey, the Cowboys, we're going to get into in a moment, but that's bad, right? But Clint Kubiak, now, what are my thoughts on this team? I think they're really good right now, but 2 games, come on. Like, let's see 6 to 8 games before we start saying they're, like, the greatest team as far as, like, what they've been doing. Listen, what they've been doing, 91 in 2 games, is nothing to slouch over. Please note that. But it's Carolina, and then I think Dallas is feeling themselves a little bit. We're going to get to that more with the Cowboys, but I want to see if they could do it for 6 to 8 games. If they could do it for 6 to 8 games like this, then it's legit. I'm not doing it after 2 games. If they beat Philly like this, maybe I might be like, okay, they're going to be all right. But, listen, they're pretty damn good. Their defense, I mean, look, I'm getting into it now. Carl Granderson, a sack and a half. They had 3 sacks on Prescott. Paulson Adebo had a 47-yard interception. Right, Tyrann Mathieu, who, bro, I remember when he got drafted in 2013. The dude's been in the league for 12 years. He had a pick. But listen, Dennis Allen, listen, I was on the record. I thought the Saints were going to be one of the top worst teams in football this year. And I mean my words right now. But, listen, Derek Carr will turn back into the Derek Carr that's been shaky. I don't see this happening throughout the season. I just don't. Now let's get to the Cowboys. Now, those of you that just started listening this year, I got family that's Cowboy fans. My cousins, who we had on the show twice. Go check those episodes out. Those are awesome. Uncle Al, who literally opens up Loungetime almost every year except this year. He's a Cowboy fan. My dad, who you guys saw on Guarantee, it's the first year we did this, he is a Cowboys fan. So, not me. I'm a Patriot fan, okay? And I know we suck, but I'm glad I take the Patriots, okay? But this is typical Dallas Cowboys shit. This is what they do. They are high off a win in Cleveland when literally Deshaun Watson was more of the story than how well Dallas played, if I'm being totally honest. And you felt high off a game in Cleveland. Okay, well, your home opener. Guess what, though? You've given up 40-plus points in back-to-back home games. Think about that for a second. 40-plus points in back-to-back games. Now, Mike Zimmer's a great defensive coordinator. I know that, he had a great game plan against Cleveland last week. But you have players on there that are damn good players. Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, DeRon Bland, who I think is a little overrated because he's a gambler. Okay? He gets beat a lot, but he's a ball hawk. He's really just an interceptor, right? DeMarcus Lawrence, really good player, especially against the run. He's doing really good, right? But the Cowboys, they got stars. At the end of the day, Eric Kendricks is a good pickup for them. No Zimmer's defense. I like that move, right? But 40-plus points in back-to-back games, and you all had the audacity to blame Dan Quinn, and we're happy he was gone. Well, guess what? I like Zimmer, but he gave up 40-plus against the Saints. What are we going to say about that? Your secondary looks shaky again. Your front four, if you can't get home with those guys, and they are throwing deep shots on you all game long, they scored a touchdown in their first 5 drives of the game? Nah, dude. There's some problems in the back end. Right? I think Zimmer's a great move. Okay? But your secondary, Dallas, you may have 2 really good players. You're shaky right now. Really shaky. Okay? Not good. Prescott, 27 of 39 for 239 yards, a touchdown and 2 picks. I'm literally reading off my laptop here. He had a nice throw to CeeDee Lamb. Should have been picked, right? But, look, Jalen Tolbert, 6 for 82. Shoemaker from Michigan, 6 for 43. These other guys, if Lamb gets doubled and not one of you guys can win, that's another problem that you're going to run into. Because if they double CeeDee Lamb all game, somebody's going to step up. Zeke Elliott, who you got back as running back, is not going to be the guy that does it. You need your other guys, Brandon Cooks, Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks. Kevontae Turpin's a special teams guy, so we don't even count him. Jake Ferguson, who had a good season last year. Where's he been in these first 2 games? I've seen him more in the Cleveland game, but I didn't see him do shit in this game. Okay? Now your defense. Okay? I'm literally going through this. Donovan Wilson, he's mid. Okay? Linval Joseph, who I like as a run-stopping defensive tackle. Got another guy who played in Zimmer's defense. Malik Hooker, good player. Right? He's been around a little bit in this league. You guys got to climb up defensively. Inexcusable. Inexcusable. Okay? You guys fell behind because you can't get stops. And I'm starting to think, you play good against weak competition, but when you need to play against the big boys, you sometimes do well, but you don't always play that well against the big boys. So, Mike McCarthy, people are like, Rich, well, you should be fired. Yeah, well, you knew Jerry wasn't going to get rid of a coach with 1 year left on his contract. He'd rather just let him finish it out, and then he'll go look for somebody else. You guys are clamoring for Belichick. I'm like, okay, well, guess what? Jerry and Belichick are polar opposites. And sometimes, yeah, opposites attract, but getting Belichick's going to get annoyed with Jerry Jones not talking. Let me tell you this, guys. I said this multiple times, and I'm standing by this. Jerry Jones is addicted to star power over building a winning culture. Belichick's about building a winning culture. Jerry don't give a shit about that. That's why you guys are the Las Vegas Raiders of the NFL right now. You're addicted to star power over culture, and that's why you haven't won shit since 95. You can't even get back to a championship game. You know why? Because you don't have a winning culture and you're addicted to star power and you think that's the solution that's going to solve everything. No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, yeah, players win games, but also culture matters. Being in tough situations, having that tight-knit group of guys matters. Micah Parsons ain't paid. Guess what? You're stuck with Dak Prescott $60 million. You paid Lamb $35. If Parsons leaves, that's a big blow. You guys need to start focusing on team culture rather than star power. But guess what? Jerry Jones can't help himself. That's why Jerry will never win a championship until the day he dies. He won't. And Cowboy fans, you need to accept that shit, bro. I'm serious, bro. Hold on. I might have to sneeze, but I'm pulling up the stats right now because, yeah, I'm not feeling that great. Sorry about that, guys. I'm human. Okay, I'm human. Let's get to the third down, right? Saints, 5 of 8 on third down. 5 of 8 on third down, bro. Are you kidding me? Okay? 4 or 5 in the red zone. What were the Cowboys? 0 for 3 in the red zone. It's not going to cut it. Absolutely not going to cut it. And 2 turnovers. Little things, Dallas. Winning culture is about little things. And you guys don't do them well. You had 4 penalties in this game. The Saints had more than you, and you still got blown out. So you can blame Mike McCarthy all you want. He's finishing the year out. It doesn't matter. But you guys thinking you're going to get Belichick? Let me tell you, you guys are addicted to star power over team culture. Trust me. Jerry's might hire him. I won't rule it out. But you guys better get back to the winning culture days with Jimmy Johnson built. Because that's why you haven't done shit in almost 30 years. And I'm being honest, bro. I'm being honest, okay? My Cowboy fans in my family might agree with me, but I tell them all the time. That's the honest truth. I got an air conditioning in the room too, so as you can see. All right, let's go to Tampa Bay and Detroit next. This game, bro, what was the number one thing I told you guys? Way too high of a line for the Lions. Way too high. I know they were home, but I said emotional win off the Rams, okay? In a game where they lost 3 starters on their offensive line, I think. Okay? And the Lions had a lead and blew it. and showed some shaky signs. Tampa is no slouch. They're not a bad team. But I'm like, how is it 7.5? Tampa literally lost by, 6 or 7 last year in the playoff game? Way too high. I know Tampa beat Washington, but Tampa's no fucking bum team. They're good. And Baker Mayfield, man, listen, we got to say where it's due, man. All right? Baker Mayfield, 12 of 19 for 185, a touchdown and a pick. The dude gets the job done. I mean, I thought he was done when he went to Carolina, bro. And we got to give him a lot of credit, okay? Goes from Cleveland, number 1 overall pick expectations. Looks horrible that last year. They gave up on him. Goes to Carolina, gets buried. Basically, everybody thinks he's shit. He can't play, right? Goes to the Rams. If you remember that game against the Raiders 2 years ago, I think it was the Raiders. He throws a game-winning touchdown, not even a week with the damn team. Okay? I don't even think it was 48 hours. Let me know if I'm right about that. But, dude, and now he goes to Tampa on a prove-it-year deal, wins a playoff game, and almost gets to the championship game. Like, this dude, guys, we have to give him serious credit. All right? He's playing really, really well. Okay? Now, Chris Godwin, 7 for 117 and a touchdown. That dude is, when healthy, him and Mike Evans form a great duo. Okay? They may not put the numbers up that Brady and them used to do, because obviously Brady and Baker are different quarterbacks. That's not a bad thing to say. But, again, they got championships, both of them, because of Brady, right? Now, I think Tampa Bay is a good team. I think they can be really good with looking at their schedule ahead. I mean, Denver, the Eagles look shaky. Remember, they beat the Eagles in Tampa in the playoff game last year, okay? And they play in Tampa week 4. Next week, we'll be talking about that game. So, I look at Tampa and I'm like, yo, they're pretty damn good. I think they can win the division. I'm not sold on Atlanta. I'm not sold on Atlanta through 2 weeks. They're going to lose Sunday to the Chiefs, as bad as I want those bandwagons to lose. I have to call it like I see it sometimes, dude. But, dude, like, they are not bad. They're not bad at all, okay? Baker Mayfield had a touchdown, passing, and rushing, and he gets the job done, man. That's all you want. Now, for the Bucs, right? 16 points, great in today's game, especially with how few passing yards the quarterbacks are playing. We'll get to Mel Kiper's thing in a minute, bro, because that was bullshit, okay? But Tampa's defense got 2 interceptions on Jared Goff, no sacks, but 10 quarterback hits. Bro, Todd Bowles is one of the best defensive coordinators in football right now. What he's doing is really impressive, okay? I don't think he's a great head coach, but as a coordinator, he's one of the best in football. I won't argue that, okay? But Jared Goff, with the kryptonite, pressure. He can't play well with pressure. And look at the Patriots Super Bowl. And really, if you think about it, he's never historically played well under pressure at all. And that's been his downfall. Okay? Speaking of Goff, 34-55 for 307 yards, 2 interceptions. I'm going to say that again. 34 of 55 for 307 and 2 picks. 0 touchdowns. Listen, he's a good quarterback. Top 15, I'd say. He's got to play better for them. I don't know if we're starting to think last year was an outlier. They have the talent to get far. But, dude, you just got to manage the game and don't muck it up. Don't muck it up. And I almost said don't screw it up. But really, that's the truth. Okay? Jahmyr Gibbs, 13 carries, 84 yards. Montgomery had a touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'm glad you showed up for my team. 11 for 119 and a touchdown, but you got hurt. I don't know why you couldn't get in the end zone. I guess they doubled you. Or they played Tampa too, because that's what Tampa does down there. Jameson Williams, 5 for 79. Right? How about this, though, for the Lions? I mean, guys, we got to start talking about this guy more on this show, and I'm going to do that because, A, we talk about things the media doesn't want to talk to you about. That's why I love my show. Aiden Hutchinson had 4.5 sacks. 4.5 sacks. This dude might make a Defensive Player of the Year case. This dude is that good. Better and better and better each year. Okay? He's in, year 4, I want to say now. I think year 4. Dude, he is getting better. Now, if he has a season better than last year, the man's going to want his money. All right? Bro, 4.5 sacks, man, that's impressive. All right? He literally had a takeover game. Problem was, couldn't fucking win. Brian Branch, 1 pick, good player, right? Like their secondary, I don't love it. I think they need one piece there, and I think this team could really make a push for the NFC Super Bowl representative. But I think they got a lot of holes to fix through 2 weeks. They don't look like they've been playing as well as last year. Here's the funny part, ready? Tampa, 2 of 10 on third down. 2 of 10 on third down, okay? The Lions were 7 for 17. Dan Campbell, the same reason you lost is the same reason you lost in the NFC Championship game. Stop going for it on fourth down every stinking time. You're starting to turn into Brandon Staley. You're starting to turn into Brandon Staley. You're a great coach. You threw the game last year against Frisco on the road when you had control of the game. You would have went to the Super Bowl. If you didn't stop going for it. You have to take points when they're there. Now, again, I know he likes going for it, but you got to know when to do it. When you keep doing it that much, everybody's going to be like, all right, stay out on the field. They're going for it. That's why the Chargers were a wreck under Brandon Staley. All right? How about this, too? The Lions were 1 for 7 in the red zone. 1 for 7? 1 for 7 in the red zone. No, dude. That is why I keep saying the little things matter. And bro, that's inexcusable. Inexcusable. 1 of 7 in the red zone. You are not going to win a game like that. You are not going to win a game like that. Tampa was 1 for 2. You might win games like that. But you had 2 turnovers too. Detroit, you living off that high. Come down a little bit. You're not as good as everybody thinks you are right now. You are going to make the playoffs. Just refocus a little bit, though. Because you're not right now what you need to be. Okay? You're not where you need to be. We had a lot of upsets, right? So, let's get to a couple things right away. Now, the Jets and Patriot games, I'm going to kind of tackle next because I kind of want to get into some other little things I want to talk about here, like the Bryce Young benching, right? But I'm going to talk about the Jets first, okay? Down 10-7 at the half, I'm thinking, no way the Titans are going to win. And in my mind, I'm like, watch the Jets come back and win. The Jets outscored the Titans 17-7 in the second half. And this is why Aaron Rodgers, you can never rule him out of a game, dude. You can never rule him out of a game, right? And, dude, 18-30 for 176 yards, 2 touchdowns. He may not be playing great, but the man can get it done when it's crunch time, except in the playoffs. That's a whole different discussion. But in the regular season, this man, he gets it done, all right? Now, the Titans, they had their own botches that kind of helped them lose, but Breece Hall, 14 carries, 62 yards. Braylon Allen, 2 touchdowns. Breece Hall actually had the 1 receiving touchdown for 26 yards. That kind of gave the Jets hope in that game. I think they even took the lead on that play. Let me check right now on my stat sheet that I have. Let me pull it up real fast. But Will McDonald, 3 sacks. Okay, that dude. And you Jet fans have the audacity to tell me, we have no pass rush because Hassan Reddick's out. We lost Bryce Huff. I couldn't tell Thursday against my team. Please, stop telling me you don't have pass rush. You do. Stop, dude. It's so old, okay? It's so old, bro. Like, Will McDonald, you drafted him, what, top 15? Bro, stop. You have pass rush. Like, cut the BS out, bro. Cut the BS out. I'm tired of that shit, bro. Okay? Breece Hall, yeah, he got him to go ahead touchdown. 14-10. That's what it was. Now, the Jets defense, that running game, listen, the New England game, this is what we expected the Jets to look like, okay? Granted, far less competition, right? But, again, the Jets front 4, this is what we expected them to be against New England, right? 4 sacks up front. Brandon Eccles, a good player, right? But, listen, this team, as long as they are able to control the game, they'll be fine. Rodgers just cannot mess it up, but he's not going to. All right? He's not going to mess it up. So that's really what he's going to do. He's going to keep you in the game, and he's not going to have really bad off nights. It's just not going to happen. Let's go to the Titans side of things for this game just because I want to speed up a little bit. Right? Will Levis, listen, Mayo man, you are not as good as everybody thinks you are. Mel Kiper, love this man out of the draft. Mel Kiper loved Will Levis. Go look at the tape. You gave him receivers. Now, granted, his offensive line is not terrible, but it's not ass. All right, maybe it's me. But the fact that this guy turns it over at a high clip, he's not Brett Favre. Like, dude, you got to, again, this is what happens when you got a young quarterback with two different coaches, okay? Two different play callers. It's not built for them to succeed, okay? And Tony Pollard, 17 carries for 62 yards. Calvin Ridley ran in a rushing touchdown, if you believe that, okay? And he had 4 catches for 77 yards and a touchdown. So Calvin Ridley had his way. But Will Levis, dude, he's not that guy. He's not. He's okay. I don't think he's really that good of a quarterback. Landry had 2 sacks. The Titans did not really have a lot of takeaways, okay? But listen, this team, I think we overhyped them a little bit. But that's what I think. Both teams were 5-12 on third down. The Titans couldn't get the fourth down conversion when they needed it. And the Titans turned it over twice. The Jets didn't. Okay? The Jets had 7 penalties for 70 yards. Titans were 1 of 4 in the red zone. And they had 5 penalties. It's not going to get it done, man. It's not going to get it done. Now, let's quickly go over my thoughts on the Jets game Thursday night against New England, right? Because I'm going to kind of lead into New England after this. But Aaron Rodgers played his most perfect game against us, probably in a long time. And I kind of figured this was going to happen because I literally am telling Jet fans here, bro, you're going to beat us. Like, there's no way Rodgers loses his home opener against us and we're shit. Like, I'll put it this way. We're not the worst team in football. That's what I can feel good about saying. But after watching Thursday, I'll get to that when I go to New England. But look, man, this is what they were supposed to do. This is everything that we expected the Jets to be, right? So, are we surprised by this? No, I'm not. But, again, this is how good we know this team could be. Lazard, Wilson. These guys now have been in Hackett's offense. When Rodgers is running Hackett's offense, like offense he's comfortable with, they're on the same page. They're going to be fine come November, December. Just chemistry. It takes time. Look at Stafford and the Rams. Look at Tom Brady with Tampa. Look at Peyton Manning with Denver. Time and chemistry are on their side. Now, if they're average going into the final 5 weeks, we worry. But even that, I would be like, that. But if they're like 8-8 going into the last week and they're fighting for a playoff spot, then we'd be nervous. But I'm not worried about the Jets yet. I think they're going to be fine. They're a good team, roster-wise. But I will say, you got all the pressure being examined by a microscope. So every time you lose, be ready because you are going to be analyzed by a microscope on every single thing you do, win or lose. That's part of playing in New York with the New York media. All right? Kicked our ass, better team. Not going to argue that, but just be reminding you, this is what you got. You got a small window. You got to take advantage of this year. Let's go to Seattle and New England. Let's go to Seattle first. Gino, I don't know what the fuck it is. Every single time this dude fucking plays us, he always plays great against us. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? 33 of 44, 327 yards, a touchdown, okay? And Charbonnet had a touchdown on us on 14 carries for 38 yards. But what the fuck is with Geno Smith playing good against us? Like, what? Do you guys remember when Geno beat us as a rookie with the Jets? And they got fucking lucky with that stupid rule that I've never heard since on the defensive tackle Chris Jones. Not the Kansas City Chris Jones. The Bowling Green defensive tackle Chris Jones. Yeah, go look it up. History lesson. Okay? That's how we lost with Geno. The first time. And ever since then, I feel like this man always fucking plays good against us. I don't know what it is. I can't figure it out. Okay, I cannot figure it out. But they also had two 100-yard receivers. I almost said 1,000 yards. I'm like, what am I saying? 2 100-yard receivers. Crybaby DK Metcalf. He is still a crybaby. 10 for 129 and a touchdown. I don't like him. I think he's literally a crybaby. He literally cries when he doesn't get the ball. Look at the Niner game last year. He got ejected. I actually was glad he got ejected because I can't stand him. He literally annoys the fucking shit out of me. I don't want him, by the way. If we even think about trying to trade for him. He's a crybaby. I don't want him. So fuck him, okay? I don't like him. So fucking crybaby when he doesn't get the ball. But when he gets the ball, he's fine. And he showboats like a fucking annoying fuck. I can't stand him. Smith and Jigba, he started to emerge late last year for them. And he's a good receiver. He's starting to emerge as that too because Tyler Lockett's losing that speed. But a good veteran to learn from. 12 for $117. Bro, this dude, I knew the day they made that draft pick. I'm like, bro, they got a nice trio. Tyler Lockett might be gone, but at least you got two young speedsters, route runner in Smith and Jigba, a vertical threat in DK Metcalf. These guys can play. I think even DK's physical for that matter. So, yeah, but dude, I mean, again, Seattle, right now they look good, but I don't know. They might be good in a weak NFC, but Mike McDonald still reminds me of the Little Joe from Angry Joe Show. If you guys know who he is, you know exactly what I'm saying. For all my people that don't watch him, just go look up Little Joe from Angry Joe and literally compare the faces. You're going to be like, they look exactly the same. Yeah, they do. All right? Seattle, 3 sacks. Leonard Williams, fucking another guy. Former Jet. Sack and a half against us, bro. Boya Mafe with 1 sack. Byron Murphy the second, the pick from Clemson. Another good pick for them, man. I mean, bro, the way they go through defensive line, man, holy shit. These guys are good, right? But listen, man, they're not a bad team. And again, I think they could be a playoff push. They were literally right there to the last game last year. But Pete Carroll's not the coach no more. It's Mike McDonald. And it's 2 games. I'm not judging him yet. He played Miami, and I think he played the Lions and then the Giants, right? Let me know when you play the big boys how you do. Because you're beating Denver and New England. Not good teams. Okay? Let's go to Seattle with their stats before I get into my Patriots. I promise I won't make it a rant. 7 of 15 on third down is actually pretty good. Just a little under 50%, but that will cut it usually. 6 penalties for 50 yards. 1 of 3 in the red zone. Dude, it literally was like 1 4th down conversion. And just, we'll get to New England in a minute. But they were the team that took advantage of the most miscues, which really, nobody turned it over in this game. It was just when they got the ball, they converted. I don't know why we called an all blitz on third down to give Charbonnet the first down to basically give him field goal range. I'm like, why? Why? But I guess people say I don't know football, but I do know that. Do you remember that play when we called an all blitz against Dallas in 2021? What happened? CeeDee Lamb touchdown. Stop running cover 0. Stop. These quarterbacks are not dumb. They can move and they can make quick decisions. If you do that against like Andy Dalton, even though I think Andy Dalton would still know how to do it. But if you do it against like a Zach Wilson, yeah, that works. But come on, bro. Come on. This needs to stop. All right, let's go to New England. We got a good start to the game. I think New England had a good start. Brissett, I think, did okay. Ramondre, Gibson, 11 for 96. Ramondre, 21 carries for 81 yards and a touchdown. Look, if New England's able to win the line of scrimmage up front and play ball control football, that's your only way of winning games. Here's the problem. Your skill guys suck. I like Jalen Polk. Hunter Henry, good player, right? But that line, and we're going to get into them in just a moment because, listen, it's been bad for the last 3 years, okay? It was bad the last 3 years. Hunter Henry, 8 for 109 and no touchdowns, but he was open every single time, right? Jalen Polk get a touchdown, right? Ramondre fucking fumbling 3 straight games. Hold the ball. But how about Keion White, man? This dude, breakout season incoming. This dude, he played shit against the Jets. Nobody played well. But that dude, bro, keep an eye on him. That man's going to be a good game wrecker someday. I mean, listen. Bro, keep an eye on his name. He's going to be really good. They play Frisco. They're probably going to... He's not going to do shit against Frisco, but... dude, he's good. He's really good, right? And then you got Aquale, who had half a sack, right? You had Kyle Duggar, who I love. I'm glad we re-signed him, right? He also had a sack. This dude makes plays. He makes plays. I love people that make plays. Okay? Now to the Jet game. I think we have to look at this a little bit, not just from this season. I don't know why they didn't go after offensive line. I know they went after Tyron Smith in the offseason, right? But they didn't address the line. Like, what are you doing, Elliot Wolf? Your old man literally drafted Art Shell with the Raiders with Al Davis, Gene Upshaw, Jim Otto. He got Bob Brown in a trade from the Eagles. Yes, I know all this shit. And I know I wasn't around in those old decades, but damn it, I know things. The Raiders with Ron Wolf had a good line. Green Bay had good offensive lines with Brett Favre in them. Okay? Ron Wolf knew how to build a team. His kid, I want to give a chance because he's got upside. Coming from Cleveland. Green Bay, he was in there a little bit. Was in New England in the scouting department. You got to build that line, dude. That's horrible, what I saw. Okay, now granted, it's the Jets. But the fact you didn't run the ball, that's concerning. You literally bit into the Kool-Aid of, yeah, let's get Demario Douglas involved. You can get him involved, just why would you go away from something the Jets have yet to do well? Why? Whatever, man. I mean, listen, I love Gonzo, right? Love him. Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers on the same page. They kind of out advantage him in that regard. The touchdown with Seattle with Metcalf, I don't know what happened between him and Duggar. I don't fault that completely on Gonzo. Somebody has to communicate there. But, again, Gonzo, really, really good corner. I love this kid, okay? I hope he can stay healthy. But this defense, they got dudes. They got dudes. Problem is, this ball control offense, it's not going to win every time. You need to get some semblance of a passing game. It starts up front. That line is shit, dude. They got to help this kid out. Now, I saw Drake May. I stopped watching third quarter. That's how bad it was. Okay? But Drake May's not going to make it behind that offensive line. You're going to ruin him. You got to get the offensive line. Now, everybody's like, well, we want him to start week 5. I do, but do you look at this line? Do you look at this line? Look at that line. You think he's going to make it with that line? Hell no. Hell no. Fucking line is so bad. Okay? So bad. Now, it was bad when Matt Patricia took over. It was not that much better when Bill didn't even address it in the offseason in 23. And now they don't do it again. And I like Caden Wallace. You got to help him out, bro. Ain't no excuse. Okay? 2-4 in the red zone in the Seattle game. You had 3 penalties. Gotta convert in the red area. You gotta convert in the red area. You gotta block up front, and you gotta help your quarterback out. Your running game, if you get stopped, you are done. You literally showed me the reason everybody said we're the worst team in football. I don't think we are. But I'm praying we get a left tackle this offseason because we need it in the worst possible way. Will Campbell, what is there, a Banks guy from Texas, and there's another guy from Minnesota, I don't know his name. We better go after one of them dudes because we need help there. Bad. Bad, bro. Like, really, really bad. Okay? All right, let's kind of quickly go into a couple of these other games. Yes, we're getting to a couple of them, right? There's a lot. Niners-Vikings. CMC was out, but Sam Darnold, bro, looks really good. He looks really good. Okay? And I think that offensive group O'Connell's got around him is really good. Okay? And Jay Jetta, he's banged up, but that team, defensively, Brian Flores, he can coach defense. He can coach defense. Their next game against Houston is going to be good. But 49ers, Minnesota's just got your number right now. Remember last year they beat them on Monday night? Minnesota? Yep, I do. So, again, this team, they're talented. They'll be fine. But Minnesota, 2-0. And go see you play next week. The Texans. Ravens, Raiders. I'm going to this game. You fucks cost me a survivor pool. Baltimore, John Harbaugh, Lamar. And what did I say? They should beat the Raiders. They have to beat them. 10 days off, you're back home. And you lost to Gardner Minshew. Let's take a look here. Okay? Oh, 3 of 11 on third down. Okay. Here we go. 11 penalties for 109 yards. 11 penalties for 109 yards. Dude, we got to also add this in. Lamar Jackson, when he needs to throw the ball to win a game, he can't win it throwing the ball. If you let him run, he'll win. You keep him in the pocket, contained, and force him to throw in a late game situation that he has to do. He's losing. He's losing. And, dude, this is why I say all the damn time that Lamar, dude, you better wake the fuck up, bro. You need to learn to be a better passer. Oh, but no, he's fine as a passer. He's getting better. You can't win a late game situation throwing the ball. So what are we going to say about that? Oh, right, I forgot. ESPN, NBC, Fox, don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that. I do, because we need to stop saying Lamar Jackson's good if he could only run. What happened to Randall Cunningham? Down. What happened to Cam Newton when he couldn't throw anymore? Down. You need to throw the ball. Michael Vick, he had a cannon of an arm now, okay? But when he had to throw, he had 1 year in Philly where it all worked. After that, he wasn't great as a passer. Steve Young was the only one that I can recall, maybe Russell Wilson actually, and some of these other guys now, that are mobile and that are accurate passers. And Steve Young had an arm. People don't look at his highlights enough. He had an arm. I think Mutt never gives him good throw power. I don't know why, but that's a different topic for another day. 21 of 34 for 247, a touchdown and a pick. Lamar, you need to learn to throw the ball to win a game. Because if you can't throw the ball to win a game, you're in deep shit. Now, let's go to the Raiders because I want to talk about them for a minute. Well, actually, Zay Flowers had 7 for 91 and a touchdown. Finally, a Mark Andrews signing. I don't know where the fuck he was at. Odafe Owe had 2.5 sacks. That's really good. Humphrey had a pick, but I heard he got torched in that game, and they were like, stop doing your podcast. That's not going to go well. That's not going to go well. Marlon Humphrey, you might be washed, my dude. You might be washed. Let's talk about Gardner Minshew and the Raiders for a moment. I don't like this team. I don't think they have another team. Addicted to star power, no winning culture. However, I think Pierce gives them the best chance to change that. Because as a coach, he's really good. Problem is, that roster is shit. 30 of 38 for Gardner Minshew. 276 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Devontae Adams, 9 for 110 and a touchdown. How about this? Brock Bowers had 9 catches for 98 yards. And is it me? Or does somebody else remember when Gardner Minshew went to Baltimore last year and beat them with the Colts in overtime? The Colts he was on last year. And he won against the Ravens. The dude owns the city of Baltimore, bro. He owns you. Like, back-to-back games. Now, Justin Tucker missed some kicks, man. I mean, we got to go to that, bro. I mean, 3 of 4, dude. He's a great kicker. Hall of Famer. The best ever? No way. Nothing, and I'm not being biased when I say this, nothing beats Adam Vinatieri kicking in a snowstorm against the Raiders on our first Super Bowl run. Nothing beats that. When Justin Tucker does that shit, I'll give him the crown. He ain't doing that shit. No way. He's got a leg, yes, but nope. He won 1 Super Bowl as a rookie, but it was all Joe Flacco. But let me tell you, he's a clutch kicker, yes. But over Vinatieri all time, nope. No way. No way. Max Crosby, another dude. Guys, Max Crosby might win Defensive Player of the Year, bro. This dude, I mean, he could have a Defensive Player of the Year season. This dude wrecks games. Another game, he wrecks it. 2 sacks, man. I mean, bro, he is a game wrecker, bro. He plays the run well. He rushes the passer well. This dude, oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, we need to talk about this man more. He could win Defensive Player of the Year. He really could. Now, I get it. He's battling Micah Parsons. He's battling TJ Watt. He's battling Myles Garrett. Okay? Nick Bosa won it recently. Let me tell you, this is wide open of a race as it has ever been in all the years I've watched football. Several guys can win it this year. Several. If they play to the level that they can do. And I got nothing against TJ Watt. I don't. But there's a lot of guys this year that can win it. Crosby, Hutchinson, Garrett, Parsons, Bosa, TJ Watt. Other guys can win it too that I probably didn't even mention. But this year is as wide open as of an award as I've ever seen this before. And I strongly believe that. Okay? But the Raiders, thank you for ruining my survivor pool. I got one left. And yes, we'll get to the picks momentarily because I can see we're running pretty short on time right now, right? So, let's get to I want to get to this game too. You fucking bandwagons. I swear this will be the last game. Well, no, I kind of want to go over Atlanta-Philly a little bit too. Because that game, I need to have some serious issues. And I have Eagle fans that are friends of mine here. You got to explain to me something here. And I don't know how you could really stick up for Sirianni. But let's get to the cheap bandwagons. You fucking bandwagons, Swifties, you get so lucky. You motherfuckers get so lucky. First Toegate, now this. And if we want to go back to last season in the playoffs, Bills missed a kick, Lamar Jackson shit the bed, and Kyle Shanahan unraveled to choke another Super Bowl. That sand timer is winding down. Luck's going to run out eventually. Your schedule, let me tell you, you're going to lose it at least 2 of those games coming up. You know who you play next week? I know. I know who you play. You might lose that game. But we're going to save it for next week. Okay? But the bandwagons, you're going to run out of luck. Swifties, listen, bro, we don't fucking care about Taylor Swift anymore, NFL. Stop showing her after every time they score. It's so annoying. I don't care to see her. She's annoying. Okay? If I'm being honest, bro, she's all right. She's not like, oh, man, I got to watch a game to see her. No. Oh, my God. And then I told you guys last week about the plays that she's helping Mahomes and them out with. Bitch, who the fuck cares? You ain't drawing up no fucking plays. All right? Shut up. Nobody cares. But that was not pass interference. That was not. Bro, tell me exactly what that dude is supposed to do to play the ball. He love tapped him on the fucking helmet, bro. Oh my God, but that's against the rules, Rich. How is he supposed to play for the ball? Momentum is literally the speed of lightning in that moment. So he's supposed to just let the ball get 3 inches above his helmet to then play it? What if the receiver beats him early? Then he's going to be like, why didn't you play the ball? That's what the DB's supposed to do, play the ball in the air. He's going for it. How the fuck is he supposed to play the ball? Tell me. Oh, wait. Alex Kemp, another shit ref I don't like. Yeah, he gives him a call. Fucking lucky-ass bandwagons. Your day's coming. Your day is coming, bro. You are not winning this year. You are not. Okay? Your luck runs out soon. I'm tired of this 3P bullshit. Tired of it. Now, I can't wait from when I get back to the main studio and I get my guy, Yoham, aka my man, Pat Davenport. Hope he's doing all right, man. I'm going to get him on for you guys. I know that's going to be must-see. And you guys think I hate you more than others out there. The media fucking rides your you-know-what, bro. The glazing is at an all-time high. I can't stand it no more. I can't stand it. Okay? Y'all are lucky as fucking shit, bro, right now. The refs are on your side. The refs always win games for this team. Can the refs not win a game, please? Oh, wait, I forgot we're in the National Mahomes League. Of course they're going to let them win. Till the day they lose. That's the only hope we got. But they got to lose in the playoffs. They can't lose. If they lose regular season, we'll celebrate for that moment. But, dude, nah, bro. That's fucking... They got to lose in the playoffs. I can't stand the bandwagons. I just can't. It needs to stop. They got to lose. I can't have a three-peat and then people really start putting him over my guy. I can't do it no more, dude. I can't. To the Bengals, bro. You won the turnover battle, right? 2 turnovers. Mahomes threw 2 picks. Guys, let me give you Mahomes stats for a minute. 18 of 25 for 181. No, 151. I apologize. 151 yards. 15 of 25. 18 of 25. 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. There was a tweet Sunday that said, you're telling me what's the best quarterback of all time can't beat cover 2? Really? So, if he's struggling against cover 2, why are teams not disguising it more? That's why you had 2 high safeties against him when they struggled in 21, which that was a great stretch for me. Oh my God, when they were 3 and 4, oh, good times. And then that Bengals loss in the playoffs, that was the icing on the cake. Your day's coming, bandwagons. Your day's coming. You are lucky as fucking shit. Okay, Pacheco's out, so now Carson Steele is your running game. That's not all that. Kelsey's basically right now not involved. I think he'll still get involved. Okay? But the refs are not going to bail you out every game. They're not going to do it. Okay? They're not going to do it. Joe Burrow, 23 and 36. 258 yards, 2 touchdowns. His offensive line still gave up 3 sacks. Okay? And you know what? Mike Gesicki, the worst gritty to ever exist. 7 for 91. Okay? Jermaine Burton had a 47-yard grab. Yossi Voss, 2 touchdowns, bro. He's emerging as the 3rd receiver, but with Tyler Boyd gone, you got to protect Burrow, though. But that defense, I think Lou Anarumo has a good unit. Trey Hendrickson's a great pass rusher. I think he's going to get better. Taylor Britt, Akeem Davis-Gaither. I mean, they're good players. Listen, this team's going to be fine. You're playing Washington. Washington they can't cover shit. Okay? They can't cover shit. And no, the tissues are not for you bandwagons, me ranting. I'm actually not feeling great. So, but you don't care because you bandwagons, so I hate you. So I don't care about you either. Guys, how about this? They were 1 for 8 on 3rd down. 1 for fucking 8 on 3rd down. And they still won a game. They're not going to win games like this every time. They're due. They're due for a fucking loss. They had 3 turnovers, and they still won. But the Bengals had 8 fucking penalties. The PI was not a PI. I don't care what my people here say, my friends. I get all that. That was not a PI. Because if you can't play the ball like that, shit, let's just fucking do 2-hand touch then. That's it, bro. It's fucking bullshit, dude. It's fucking bullshit. All right. Let's get a little bit to the Bears-Texans. Caleb Williams, it's going to be a long year for you, man. Okay? You are in deep trouble with that line. And I know Allen and I forgot who else was out. But you're going to be in a long year, bro. You got to learn to play well against elite defenses because if you don't, you're going to be a bust. And that Mahomes comp is going to be there. But also it's going to be the downside of what you weren't compared to what Mahomes is. Okay? Now, I like him as a talent, but I need to see him against elite defenses play well. He's a rookie. I'm going to give him a couple time. But, dude, you got to play well against elite defenses. Inexcusable, bro. You did not throw the ball well, and your offensive line didn't help either. But Ryan Poles he's an overrated GM. The dude is all right, okay? I think he's all right. Eberflus is a shit head coach. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. That dude is one of the worst coaches in the NFL. He sucks. Okay? He's not good. All right? He's going to get fired soon. This dude is not good. All right? Dude is not fucking good, coach, at all. He sucks. Now, the whole thing about, CJ Stroud being, trying to little bro Caleb Williams. See, as you guys see, I'm fighting through fucking probably a cold here. Okay? He wasn't trying to little bro him. But see, if it's Patrick Mahomes, the media is going to be okay with it. But if it's anybody else, they're going to fucking find something negative out of it. Y'all think you're really fucking slick, dude. This shit needs to stop, dude. Other great, good quarterbacks have helped guys that have gotten a lot of hype and have so much potential to be good in this league. Manning and Dan Marino. Manning and Brady. Okay? Brady and Breeze. Rodgers and Mahomes. Okay? Bro, like, they've all done it from generation to generation, bro. Like, come on, dude. So what? He's talking to him, giving him advice that he's going to be good and that he's going to be fine. Just keep working. That's little broing in media? Dude, grow a pair of balls, please. He's just giving him advice. There's nothing wrong with it. Oh, but he little broed him. Yeah, you don't know shit, bro. Get the fuck out of my fucking show, dude. He's giving him advice. All the all-time greats that got hype to younger guys who have serious potential to get hype did the same thing. We never mentioned this once. I know because it's CJ Stroud. It's fine. But when Mahomes does it, he does no wrong. Oh, yeah, I forgot. It's the National Mahomes League. Yeah, we know. Bullshit. Panthers and Bryce Young getting benched. I don't think that is fair to Bryce Young at all with what happened. I don't. They have had 2 head coaching changes. 3 in the last 3 years. Matt Rule, Frank Reich, and now Dave Canales. 3 offensive coordinator changes. Last year, Frank Reich called the plays. Canales is calling plays this year. Before that, Matt Rule probably called them before he got fired, and then I forgot who took over for Steve Wilkes as a temporary play caller. Bro, you're not putting this kid in a position to succeed. David Tepper is the worst owner in the NFL right now. He is. This man should literally be gone. But guess what? The old saying goes, if you have a shit owner, you're done. If you have a shit owner, you're done. And that's the truth. Carolina, I would turn the TV off. Because now Andy Dalton's starting. That ain't going to solve things. And now teams want to trade for Bryce Young because they're like, oh, we gave up on him early. You don't surround him well. I legit feel bad for Bryce Young. I don't think he's going to be great. But damn it, you gave him nothing to work with. Adam Thielen is washed. Xavier Leggett is good, but no line. I like Chuba Hubbard. They don't run. Their defense got rid of every big name player, and Derek Brown's out for the year. J.C. Horn's their only good guy left, outside of Shaq Thompson maybe, if he's still there. This team is poorly built. What did you expect him to do? Oh, he's going to save life and everything. You can't surround him well. So clearly, no. No. I feel bad for him. He should not have been benched. I told my cousin this. I told other people this. Not his fault. Look at other guys that, and I think this point about Tom Brady not seeing the excellence from these young quarterbacks, I think it's starting to come to fruition, man. Because we're looking at a lot of these guys now. What's the first thing you think of? They want to run out of the pocket and throw on the run. They don't know how to manage the pocket. They don't make good decisions. They just want to run a route and then throw the ball like, yeah, let's make a play. There's not an excellent standard to it. I don't see the intellect that I see. I think Tom Brady's facts on the Stephen A. Smith show, I think they're starting to come to fruition. I don't see, like, my era guys, I watched football since 2009. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning. I've seen Mahomes now. These guys, yeah, they got talent, but here to manage a pocket, read a defense, know how to avoid the rush, climb that pocket, know where they got to go with the ball, the mental intellect, I don't see it. I agree with Tom Brady. And I'm not saying that just because I'm a Tom Brady fan. We were spoiled in our era. I loved watching those guys. Because I was like, man, I wanted to go home on Sundays and just sit back in my room, lay on my bed, and watch football. And if I went up against one of those quarterbacks, I'm like, I just hope my guy can do it. And most of the time, my guy did. But sometimes when he didn't, that other guy was just really good too. Okay? So, again, I don't think we see the excellence. I think we're too used to mobile quarterback when the field general, the pocket passer, is going away. And it's sad because this game is more than just running around out of the pocket and mobility. There's more than that, bro. It's knowing how to protect yourself, knowing when to throw the ball away, knowing to read a defense, knowing how to climb the pocket, okay? Knowing how to manage the pocket. The mental intellect, bro. But nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about that. So, whatever, man. All right, Falcons-Eagles, real quick, because we got to get to the picks, and I see we're going long here. Kirk Cousins he had one drive, but let's be honest. Let's address the elephant in the room. Nick Sirianni, why the fuck are you throwing on third down? Atlanta has no timeouts. Oh, Saquon Barkley should be able to catch a table route. Flat route. Yeah, but run the ball. Run. Clock is on your side. You wind it down to a second. Take a fucking timeout. Kick the field goal. And if they go down the field on you, tip your cap. You know what you do like a dumbass? You left him time. And Kirk Cousins just picks apart. And I love Vic Fangio's coordinator. What the fuck defense was that, dude? What was that? Okay? What was that? That was bad, bro. Low-key, that was bad. What was that, dude? Jalen Hurts, he was all right. I don't think Kirk Cousins is all what people think he is. I think Atlanta's not a good 1-1 team. I think they should literally be 0-2. Bijan did pretty good. Saquon Barkley, outside of the drop. I don't blame you, Saquon. I blame your coach because your coach is so dug up in analytics. He's a dumbass. Smarts prevail over analytics. Now, there's times where you go for it because you go by gut feeling. Not because the numbers say, and I gotta fucking put my little nerdy glasses on and be like, okay, well, there's a 58.2% chance that we get the first down and we win the game. No, you run the fucking ball, take clock off, and you let the clock wind, timeout, kick the field goal, clock is against them, and they have less time to work the field. Simplicity prevails over fucking nerdy analytics. And I hate where this game's going. I absolutely do. How hard are we making this? Come on, man. Fucking fly, man. Bro. Come on, man. Why are we overcomplicating this? It's not rocket science. Atlanta is not a good defense. They got one pick and one sack. Literally, it was Judon, who I love. I can't believe he's gone from New England. Jesse Bates got the game-winning pick. Bro, coaching lost you this game. This should be a game where you're 2-0, and you're playing New Orleans in the game of the week, and guess what? You threw a game away that you're going to win, and that's a game you're going to look back on. Trust me. 6 of 13 on third down. Okay, under 50%. I get all that. Atlanta was 2 for fucking 9 on third down. 2 for 9, the Falcons were. Guys, they're not good. But guess what? The Eagles, 9 penalties for 53 yards and 2 for 5 in the red zone. Atlanta was 1 for 3. And get this. 4th and 3 early in the fucking game. You go for it. Take the points. I mean, Nick Sirianni, I don't feel like knows how to manage a game. I don't think he knows how to manage a game. I think he's living off that Super Bowl appearance, and he feels like, oh, my shit don't stink. Let me tell you, your shit stinks worse than a fucking horse right now, my dude. You need to get your fucking team to play better. Now, I gotta watch because I got Eagle fans here. But I don't give a shit because you gotta be smart in this game. Take the points when you're there. Fuck analytics. Smarts always prevail. All right. Let's get to the picks, man. All right, now, we went over New England Jets. So let's get to week 3. All right. I took the Jets on Thursday night, despite me being a Patriot fan. Look up on X. Let's go rapid fast here. Giants and the Browns here. Cleveland's defense, the dog pound, they're home. Giants, we all know they suck. Literally, they could not win a game when they allowed a kicker to kick 7 field goals. And you think Daniel Jones is going to get out of Cleveland with a win? I'll tell you this. Cleveland Browns are going to cover 6.5. Now, it might go over because, the Giants suck. But I would definitely take Cleveland lay the 6.5 with Cleveland. Definitely. I would even put Cleveland guaranteed to beat the Giants because the Giants suck so bad. They were not my survivor choice, however. They were not. Cleveland, give me 27. The Giants, 10. Right at that 38.5. Under. Okay? Could go over. Packers Titans. Now, I don't know if Jordan Love's going to play, so I'm going to go with the assumption that he doesn't play. How Green Bay beat the Colts at home is actually impressive. Okay? But Anthony Richardson's got some growing stuff to do in this league. Tennessee has good players, but they can't win if Will Levis turns the ball over. I'm going to guess Jordan Love probably doesn't play, but if he does, I'm taking Green Bay. I'm taking Green Bay to score 30, and I'm going to go with the Titans 13. I think Green Bay is going to rely heavily on Josh Jacobs. I think that they're going to rely on their young receivers, who they've done well so far for them. Give me Green Bay 30, Titans 13, with or without Jordan Love. Malik Will's homecoming game, too. Plays the Titans. Bears Colts. Pick'em game. Indianapolis is a -1 favorite. Before that, guys, Tennessee was -3. I wouldn't take anything for that game, honestly. Bears Colts, though, in Colts. Call me crazy. I'm taking the Colts to beat the Bears. Matt Eberflus plays his former team, the Colts, defensive coordinator. That's where his last stop was. I think that the Colts are not as bad as people think at 0-2. I don't. I think Anthony Richardson's going to find a way to outduel Caleb Williams. I think Jonathan Taylor, they got to feed him on the ground. Okay? Alec Pierce, Adonai Mitchell, they got dudes. They've got to be able to win the outside, and I think these two guys can do that. So I'm going to go with the Colts in this game, a little more closer than I think people think it's going to be. I'm going to take the Colts 26, the Bears 20. I think the Colts get it done. I don't think Chicago's as good as people think. Texans, Vikings, sneaky good game of the week. Sneaky good game of the week. 46.5 is a total on ESPN Bet. But we're going to use it today because, I have my phone recording for this. I would have had DraftKings had. I wrote it down, but I'm kind of just wanting to get this uploaded for you guys tonight. So, I'm going to go over Texans, Vikings. I think both teams are going to score. I think Texans will still win the game, but CJ Stroud, the way he's managing this game right now, is impressive. But this is a big game for Minnesota because if you win, you got some games that are favorable in that schedule. So I'm going to go high scoring, actually. I'm going to go Texans 31, Vikings 24, over 46.5. I like that play. Eagles, Saints in the Superdome. Loud environment. Choked on a Monday night stage. Now you go on the road to New Orleans. Communication is going to be key. Eagles are talented. But that offense, Clint Kubiak with the Saints, bro, you better figure it out. All right? But I got a feeling the Eagles find a way to get the win. I do. And I'm not just saying that just because I have Eagle fans on campus here that are majority Eagles fans, actually. Be surprised. 49.5 total. I can see that. But I'm going to go Eagles 27. New Orleans 21. I don't think it goes over. I think it's close. Not at that over and under. If you want to buy down, I wouldn't be opposed to that. But Eagles getting 2.5 on the road, no touch. Maybe the over if I like it a little bit, just because I've got a feeling teams score, but I don't love it. Chargers, Steelers. Oh my God, this is a good game, man. Jim Harbaugh, who I loved the Chargers picking up. They're rolling. They have an identity. Pittsburgh loves physical, hard-nosed, the Steel City. Running, smash-mouth game. 34.5 is the over and under. Feels a little low. I would love to take the under in this case. But I think the Chargers, man, Joe Alt against TJ Watt. Oh my God, it's going to be such a fun matchup to watch. Justin Fields looking to start game 3 against Justin Herbert. I'm going with the LA Chargers. Give me the 2.5 for the Chargers on the road. I love Jim Harbaugh on this team. I'm all in on them, man. I think this team is really, really good. Pittsburgh, I don't like what I'm seeing offensively. Chargers win on the road. 23. Steelers, 17. Maybe a walk-off touchdown. Denver, Tampa Bay. My survivor pick. Tampa Bay is going to beat Denver. Bo Nix is not what everybody thinks he is. Tampa's home. I think that Baker Mayfield and Tampa are playing some of the best football they have. Who does Denver have in their secondary outside of Pat Surtain II? Who do they have? All right, Todd Bowles is going to send the dogs after Bo Nix. And Bo Nix might make good decisions. He might. But I think Tampa is just on a mission, man. They are really good. I think they're going to win the NFC South this year. I think Tampa at home wins. They're getting sick. They're laying 6. 41.5. Give me Tampa, baby. All right? This is the number one play of the week. Tampa beats Denver. And it's my survivor pick, so we're saying them number 1, okay? We're going to go through all the guarantees at the end. We're going to make this real fast, guys. I know I'm taking a long time. Panthers, Raiders. In Raiders, listen, if Bryce Young was starting, I'd have a little bit more of a thing, but I think the Raiders destroy Andy Dalton and company in Carolina. I do think the Raiders, they win probably, 28-9 I'm going to go with. So I'm going to go 28-9 Raiders over the Panthers. I don't think this is a watchable game. Tampa score. Let me give that real fast. Tampa, give me 28 Tampa. Give me Denver 14. I don't think this is a good game. I don't. Dolphins, Seahawks. Tua Tagovailoa is on injured reserve. All right? Skylar Thompson's starting. Seattle's playing really good ball. Traveling back home from New England last week. Exhausting overtime win. Seattle should win. Miami's got rest, though. But I'm still taking Seattle. I think Mike McDonald, they're going to get after Skylar Thompson. I think DK Metcalf and Smith and Jigba, if they did to our secondary what I think they're going to do to Miami, this team is going to move to 3-0. And I think Mike McDonald's got a good thing going over there. Give me Seattle to beat Miami 31-20 over Dolphins. Ravens-Cowboys. I feel like this over and under is a little high. But I am intrigued to see if I want to play the over. Baltimore's basically a pick 'em, favored by a point over Dallas. It's a pick 'em game. My Cowboy fans, you're not going to like me saying this. There's no way you send the Ravens 0-3. There's no way. There's no way that happens. You're going to lose 2 straight at home. I don't think you're going to give up 40. I don't think that. But if you give up 40 back-to-back weeks, I'm going to eat that damn team up. Again, in my opening monologue. I'm going to do it again. Ravens win on the road. Lamar outduels Dak. The Ravens defense gets a couple picks on Dak. Baltimore wins 24. Cowboys 19. Niners, Rams. A lot of injuries in this game. Kittle, Debo, CMC. Well, I don't know if Kittle's out, but Debo, CMC, Cooper Kupp. The Rams line's banged up. You'd think this is a snooze fest, but 43.5, I mean, kind of right at that mark. I would like to play the over, but I think the Rams are not as bad as people think at 0-2. I'm actually going to take the Rams at home. I like Sean McVay's team. I know Kyle Shanahan owns them, but I think the injuries to this team, the Niners are kind of, they're in that favorable stretch, but I don't think they win this one on the road. Sean McVay and company win. I'm gonna go 26-17 over the Niners. I don't think the Niners are going to do well without Debo and thing. Jordan Mason's good. Ayuk, Juwan Jennings, good players. I think losing Debo and Kittle out for this game, possibly Kittle. Debo and CMC, big losses. I don't think you beat a team like the Rams. Now, if you play New England, Arizona, I think you can get away with it. Speaking of Arizona, Lions, Cardinals. 51.5 is the over and under. It's high. And I think this game could go over. Would I do it? A lot of points. A lot of points. But, call me crazy. I almost thought about taking Arizona in this game. But I'm going to take the Lions. 34-28 over the Cardinals. I think that this team is, their defense is suspect up front. No, not up front, but in the back end. And I think that's the reason that they're going to possibly struggle. So, give me the Lions, 34-28. Chiefs, Falcons, bandwagons, you're winning again. Atlanta's not good. All right, Kirk Cousins in primetime. Yeah, he beat the Eagles, but back-to-back primetime nights, nope, no chance. Atlanta's defense, no pass rush. Secondary's mid. Oh, but they might beat them, Rich. they beat them, we'll talk about it, and I'll be throwing a parade. Give me Chiefs 30, Atlanta 16. Not even a close ball game. Atlanta might get garbage time touchdowns. Jaguars, Bills. Now remember, Jacksonville beat Buffalo in London last year. But Trevor Lawrence hasn't won a game since November. They haven't won a game. I'm going to take Josh Allen and company. I am. I think Josh Allen and company are really good. And I'm going to go with Josh Allen to win. Jacksonville's defense, a little shaky. I'm going to go 31 Buffalo, Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville can get 20. 31-20. Commanders, Bengals. I don't think the Commanders win. I don't. Give me Joe Burrow and company. They win. I think they snap their skid. I think this team finds a way to just expose Washington's horrible secondary. Give me Washington to win. No. Take it back. Sorry. That's what happens when I'm sick. I'm not thinking straight. Cincinnati wins. 35. Washington 23. Washington can score in Cincinnati a little bit, I think. All right, guys. So those are my week 3 NFL picks. Those are my week 2 analysis. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so that way you guys can get all the latest notifications and subscribe for the more updated content throughout the season. We're going to have plenty of guests. I'm going to be talking every Saturday, Sunday, unless I get back from college early. And then you'll see me Tuesday mornings uploading, hopefully. I'm going to try to hold myself to that standard this year. But while I'm in college, it's going to be Saturday and Sundays just because it's the way my schedule works out, right? Do not forget to check me out on the Sports Yammerer with my co-host, Kyle Hanlon, and my host, Matt Brown. Love working with those guys. I can't wait to start this new chapter. Make sure you guys follow us, man, on 107.7 The Bronx. Tuesdays, 10 to 11 p.m. You don't want to miss it every Tuesday. You get to follow me. Take another step in my journey. You can also follow us at Loungetime Pod on X. I post Thursday night picks on there. See what you guys like. Plus, if you guys give me a topic to talk about, shit, I'll talk about it on my show. Want to give you guys different content than the usual same, but yeah, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell so that way you guys can get all the latest updates you need. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Loungetime. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll see you guys next week back in the main studio on Loungetime. Have a great NFL Sunday, everybody. Oh, I promise guarantees. I completely forgot. Hold on. My apologies, guys. All right. Might have to say this quietly here, but we're going to do it anyway. Cleveland Browns, number 2 on the day. Cleveland will cover 6.5. The Cleveland Browns are going to beat the New York Giants. Texans Vikings over 46.5. It's 2. All right. Tampa Bay money line against Denver. I don't know if I want to lay to 6, but we're going to do that. Ravens Cowboys over 47.5. I like this. Okay. Huge deal here. Okay. And then Commanders Bengals over 47.5. I think both teams score. And if you want a little spice, Jacksonville Buffalo over 45.5. So a couple overs, but the wins. Cleveland Browns are going to beat the New York Giants, and yes, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to beat the Denver Broncos. Guarantee. Sorry, my voice sucks. I can't do the Charles Barkley right now, but I tried. Guarantee, baby. Tampa Bay, Cleveland, they win. All right. Now there's a couple other ones I might like, but no, those are my two most confident ones. Sorry, my voice sounds horrible, battling cold, but we're gonna be healthy for next week. I'll be good. Now, thank you guys so much for watching for Loungetime. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next week on the next episode of Loungetime. Have a great NFL Sunday, everybody.